Am I live? Am I here? Hello, everyone. Good day. The lighting is shit. That's a little better. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program. It is Sunday, but of course, I am here in my underwear, and I will be making coffee. These are custom underwear. Amanda sent them to me. They have a nice "Whatever Happened to BabyFace" logo all over them, and we never really did find out what happened to BabyFace. So who amongst us really knows? If you haven't already, and I'm sure I will say it multiple times throughout the stream, do watch the latest episode of AEW. My guest is Taz, and it's perhaps the most contemptuous guest that I had. He was a tough nut to crack, and I think I at least made a dent. Like one of those pistachios where you're like, okay, it didn't ultimately break, but like I got there. I made an effort. The pistachio knows that I've been there, and he's an orange pistachio in many ways, and I mean that as a compliment. Go watch it. It was very difficult for me. It was hard standing. He didn't want to sit, and it takes off from there. That's all I have to say about that. AKA Baldy has a citrus tribute. Can't watch live, but I still wanted to donate. Listen to you and Dalton Castle on Allison Rosen's show, her podcast, which reminds me, thank you for the plug. Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Dalton and I did the episode that went up on Thursday. It was a panel, and we played games and talked, and there was a quiz about me that I wrote, and it wasn't that good. And AKA Baldy said, all I can say is Mauve Beret. Tribute to the wonderful, sweet Arn Anderson. Christine has a goldenrod tribute. Hello, RJ in chat. I just arrived in Iceland. Well, fucking look at you. I'm seriously sleep deprived. It's so hard traveling to Iceland. And about to go on a classic puffin watching boat tour. Oh my God, I used to do this for years and years and years. Every summer, my dad would pack up the van and say, let's go to Iceland. I want to see some puffins. And away we would go. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Baldy. And thank you, Amanda, for these wonderful underwear. Amanda said, good morning, sir. Hello, friends. Good morning. And again, thank you. Daya said good morning. Janet said good morning. Scorpion said good morning. I'm really romper-rooming it here. Mia said, Christine, enjoy your trip. Hello, everyone, and good morning. Zoelle said good morning from the Sunflower State, Montana. If you're a sunflower state, obviously you're running out of shit to, tout about your state, because you're not the only state. I would say the majority of states grow sunflowers. I mean, everyone gets sun, but Florida calls themselves the sunshine state because the sun does shine there a lot. I don't know if whatever the sunflower state is, I don't know if they have really more sunflowers. It's not that hard to grow sunflowers. Midnight Cowboy said, happy Sunday, RJ. Are we going to see those BabyFace underwear? You already did. Mia said, I love the new underwear. I'm going to send you something soon. Can you send me your address via DM, please? That is very forceful, Mia. You're really pushing me around. Austin said, good morning, RJ and everyone. Daya said the lacrosse fact really softened him up. Like I don't know about my own country. And the reverse of that, the American trick question is, what's the capital of New York? Most people want to say New York City because they don't know. And it's Albany. Beautiful, sweet Albany. Leo has a request, a 60-second scene request. We're starting off hot. Do a modern, edgy, anti-woke stand-up comedy. Leo's always trying to get me in trouble. Rodney Dangerfield doing modern, edgy, anti-woke stand-up comedy. Hey, what's the deal with this cancel thing? Hey, I don't know what to tell you about this cancel thing. And these pronouns. I'm he, I'm me, I'm you. I don't know who I am until I look at myself. I tell you, it's rough. Oh, it's so rough. You can't say anything. You can't pull on your tie. You can't touch your neck anymore. It's rough. Oh, canceled. Oh boy, canceled. I've been canceled a few times. I had a few sitcoms that didn't work out. Oh, it's rough. These millennials today on their phones, they're streaming this They streaming that boy. I'd love to be streaming, but I got a problem with my prostate. Ugh. It is rough. It is so rough. I'm sweating out here. Oh, they say, oh, you can't say anything now. You can't even sweat anymore. I got a Gen X kid comes out. He mops my brow. Oh, it's rough. Are these the buzzwords? Are these the buzzwords? Can't have the circus anymore. There's no circus. They say they're torturing the animals. I said, what are you talking about? That elephant loves to balance on that ball. Oh, it's rough. Oh, and these podcasts. I should start a podcast and I should say whatever I want to give unsolicited political advice, huh? What about that? What do you think about that? Hey, you know what? Both sides have issues. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's rough. It's really rough. That was my anti-woke Rodney Dangerfield, who I think is just a speedier Bill Maher. I think that's how that worked. Bernadette said, good morning, good sir. Good morning to you. Midnight said, Apricot Taz. The Happy Human Adventure said, good morning, happy humans and our host. I have a conundrum. I just don't know what to do with those tossed salad and scrambled eggs. What is a piss boy to do? If you didn't watch Danhausen's latest vlog, he confessed to me that he wants to start swearing. And the swear he wants to start with is piss. He wants to say that. So I was helping him say it. And then on Dynamite, he couldn't really get it out. I think he was a little intimidated. There was a lot going on, to be fair. Especially with the gun club, and you want to call them ass boys. And then all of a sudden, piss goes out the window. So hopefully we all encourage him. And I think he'll break through in a magical kind of way. If you also note, on my channel this week, I watched all the intros to Frasier. And that's why Happy Human is saying, I don't know what to do with those tossed salad and scrambled eggs. Somebody commented that tossed salad and scrambled eggs are a weird combination. It's not. Every time I've been to like brunch in Toronto, that's what they do for some reason. They hate toast. Salad is so cheap. The markup is insane on a salad for brunch. So that's... The song is about Frasier Crane struggling with his hoity-toityness when he has a blue-collar heart and soul, because that's where he comes from. Nail said, hey, W was hilarious. Thank you. It was a lot of work, and I've never shown that much ankle before. Amanda said, this episode was so crazy. I'm not a huge Taz fan, Jesus, but I appreciated him busting your balls. My balls would crack much like the aforementioned pistachios. Miss Andy said, would Cesar Romero like Taz? I think so. I think he would enjoy a wedge of Taz flung at him. Sean said, hey, occulties, Taz was a joy. Everybody loves Taz except for Amanda. Pogirl said, first thought Taz got up on the wrong side of the bed. Not familiar with his strong personality, but he finally calmed down, sort of. He was a bad mother. And then we calmed down. He was just a mother. Kate said, I appreciate the use of the word plethora, which we said 3 times. We went plethora, 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 like that. We bounced plethoras off each other. Let me press this because I feel like it. Also, if you're in the mood for coffee, as I often am, you can buy my coffee, High Anxiety, at rootlesscoffee.com. You can buy mine. You can buy Danhausen's Coffeehausen. You can buy Ricky Morton's piece of shit Rock and Roll Espresso. There's so much there for all of you to enjoy. Rachel said, hi, everyone. Hi, RJ. At home in the kitchen. Good for you, Rachel. Nail said, I think Taz tried to keep his hard face up, but RJ broke him eventually. I got him with the Jim Powers. No spoilers. Mr. Havoc said, Yambag Jones as your next guest when? That Yambag Jones is an aloof figure. By the way, I also got a birthday mug that says, hello, everyone. Welcome to the program. So I didn't need to say that today. And then later on, oh, God, I'm so behind. So I will be saying I don't want to drink out of it yet. I'm not ready for it. Bernadette said, enjoying those show intro reactions. Thank you. People are liking them. There's more to come. What have I done so far? Perfect Strangers, Family Matters, Frasier. Oh, and Who's the Boss? It is so weird to guess like why because many of them are so similar from season to season. Then they change slightly. You know, like what was the point there? Zoelle, in memory of Olivia Newton-John, who is now dead, a dramatic reading of Xanadu lyrics, and then I will tell you a story. Oh, these are dramatics. Okay, hold on. Let me take a sip. Dramatic reading of Xanadu. A place where nobody dared to go. The love that we came to know. They call it Xanadu. It takes your breath and it'll leave you blind. And now, open your eyes and see. How can you do that if you're blind? What we have made is real. We are in Xanadu. Dream of it. We offer you. A million lights are dancing, and there you are, a shooting star. An everlasting world, and you're here with me eternally. Xanadu, Xanadu. Now we are here in Xanadu. Xanadu, Xanadu. Now we are here in Xanadu. Xanadu, your neon lights will shine for you. Xanadu, the love, the echoes of long ago. You needed the world to know they are in Xanadu. With every breath you drift away. The dream that came through a million years, that lived on through all the tears, it came to Xanadu. The dream you dream, well, it will happen for you. A million lights are dancing, and there you are, a shooting star, an everlasting world, and you're here with me eternally. Xanadu, Xanadu. Now we are here in Xanadu. Xanadu, Xanadu. Now we are here in Xanadu. Now that I'm here, now that you're near in Xanadu, now that I'm here, now that you're near. Xanadu, Xanadu. That was a dramatic reading of Xanadu, and I didn't want to do it at first, and then I realized it was my destiny. Rob said, did Taz tell you off camera why Hook is called Hook and not for Red Hook? No. He said, no, that's not why he's called Hook, which I found dubious because it seemed like an obvious connection. And then he didn't follow up. Guy wanted to get all his answers in, and then he denied one reality and then didn't provide another. It's a little upset about that. I should have followed up. I'm a budding journalist and I'm doing my best. Pam said, good morning. Bernadette said, can't wait to see which ones you react to next. Oh, who knows? Rain said, good morning, RJ. Good to see you're doing well after the absolute verbal beating you got from Taz. He was a little mean. Oh, God, I'm so behind. Look. Oh, no, and now I can use the mug that says, there. Look, I didn't need to. Shit. I blew it. Let me go back. Rodney Dangerfield. We did that. Here we go. Marjorie said, good morning, buddy boy. I love how you can remember the minutia. That's all I remember. And I forget the big stuff. Claire said, afternoon from Ireland. Having my second coffee of the day and hoping for the crazy lightning we've been promised. Just looking out your window and come on, lightning. Clarence said, a plethora of RJ and his best underwear. Austin said, I thought Kansas is a sunflower state. I don't fucking know. EJO said, morning, what is best sandwich? I would like, it's not something I can eat every day or else I'd be on the floor. I'm a Reuben man. There's something about it. The marble rye, they have to pan fry it in butter, basically. A coleslaw or sauerkraut. Good, maybe a little mustard on it, if you please. And a nice corned beef. It's delightful. You can't go wrong with a hearty Reuben. Faded said, at least I know I can wear apricot without being choked out. Your apricot is the safe zone. Aaron said, good morning, friend. Sorry I'm late. I was toasting a crumpet. Are you having a fancy royal, like a little tea party, all the neighborhood kids, and wearing your sun hats? Amanda said, ha, I'm cackling at Leo's request. Well, there you go. SM said, I'm looking for the Spice Girls magnet on the fridge. I opened all those birthday gifts. One was a Spice Girls magnet. They're still in a pile when I finished opening them. Megan said, good morning, good people. Hoping everyone is having a great morning so far. I believe I am. Nick said, you should be a permanent fixture on Allison Rosen's podcast. We've already been asked back. It will be my 4th appearance. So I do not know what she sees in me. Nell said, Danhausen's match was put picture in picture. I scoured several illegal streams to get gifts for him. Caught him shouting ass boy, but not piss. I don't think he's comfortable shouting piss yet. I think he just goes piss like that. Rob said, Apricot is closer to the orange family than Rust. Rust is closer to the red and brown families. You'd think an orange expert like Taz would know this. Well, I'm sure they'll be around too. And when I say I'm sure, I say I'm sure he'll say no. Rachel said that mug is awesome. It is adorable. Leo said, who is the most orange wrestler? Randy Orton? Matt Cardona gets into the orange territory pretty hard. Nell said, are you open to suggestions for reactions? Or do you have several ideas lined up? Well, I do have several lined up already. So even if you make a suggestion, I will note it. It'll take me a little bit to get to it. But sure, I'll consider you. Austin said, I feel kind of weird this morning without my thick, curly black hair and not being a mess because I got my hair cut yesterday. Yeah, the first half of that sentence was frightening. And then the second half was really normal. And I think you should have led with the second half first. I think you should have flipped the order of that sentence. It would have read a lot better. But I hear you. It's a breezy time. Charlie said, can't ever watch one AEW, so I watched Taz and then rewatched Tony Schiavone and Starks and Hobbs back to back. Maybe already asked before, but how long had you filmed before Starks wanted a restart? I think we were a couple minutes. We were definitely in. So, like more than a minute. I thought we were getting there, and then it was weird to start again because it wasn't like, I'm fine. I need more coffee. It's okay. I had a long night. And you need more. How do I explain this? Sometimes if you just mess at the beginning, you do the beginning over again immediately. But it's so weird to be in where I was like, oh, we were rolling and now I have to go back. But he is an artist and I respected his choice. And then Kevin decided to leave it in, which is the best. Joe said, growing pains or family ties would be good reactions, in my opinion. Family ties are that boring. They're like a shitty coloring book in the intro. Rain said, RJ, your speaking cadence gives me major Larry Zabisco commentary vibes. I love playing the game called Is That a Compliment or Is That an Insult? Luke said, hi, RJ. Is there a trick to the prestigious retweet when it comes to complimenting you? Word count, short and snappy, an audit to make sure the account isn't problematic? Well, it's difficult. I don't want to retweet everything, especially if it's AEW, because it's out there already, and I don't want the whole feed to be that, and then it annoys people, and they just shut off the retweet to stop following me, and it's useless, and they don't watch the show. So I try to pick fastidiously, and if you got a like, you take the like. You're begging for a retweet. There's no magic formula. You just fucking relax. And are you tweeting something only to get a retweet from me? Is that really genuine? Is your heart really in the right place in that case? That's something to think about for you. Mia said, I'm waiting for the phone to ring during the show. Yeah, last week, the phone went off many, many times. Scott said, good morning, RJ. Are you a Fanalo? I'm going to see Barry Manilow tonight. Barry Manilow every day looks more and more like my grandmother, and it is the fucking best. He's one of those guys who you're like, I don't know. I don't know if it's weird. Unless I know literally all of their songs, I don't want to go to the concert. So that's why I've only seen Paul Simon 4 times. Man, but then you start thinking, you got I Write the Songs, you got, Mandy, Copacabana, and then I'm sure he wrote a few standards you don't even realize. And I don't think he goes on for long. I don't think it's a 4-hour epic, Nail said, Chaz said, be careful saying his name. Hook is perhaps like Beetlejuice. And that's why I try not to, I probably could say it here in my house. And even then, I get a little worried. SM said, did I miss the underwear? Yes, you did. And for the rest of you who missed it also, Amanda got me these. They say, whatever happened to BabyFace? And they're blue and the little pattern, and it's nice and it's adorable. And well designed, Amanda. Miss Sandy said, in 1996, I attended a Q&A hosted by Taz and Perry Saturn. I thought they were both going to attack the audience, and that was without anyone making a Rings of Saturn reference. I have such a bizarre relationship with the original ECW crew. Francine just tweeted, and it was so sweet. The only reason she wants to work for AEW is so I can interview her. This is very sweet of her. But of course, we have Blue Meanie in here. Rhino used to watch the show. Mikey Whipwreck. Jerry Lynn is a big coffee guy. I need to send Jerry some of my coffee. Thank you for reminding me. Austin said, you should do a reaction to Different Strokes because I've been watching that all weeks, and then we'll move the world. Xanadu, don't, said Philip Watch. Point for you. Leo said, when will you go on my podcast? I can pay you in exposure. he can guarantee a retweet. Pogirl said, when I hear apricot, I think of New Girl. I don't know what that means. Rob said, if you're taking reaction suggestions, I want to see you watching Dick and Dom playing Eeny Meeny Macaraka Rary Dominaka Shiki Poopa Dicky Wappa Pom Stick. I bet it's on YouTube somewhere. I would love to find that episode. It's got to be on YouTube of me and Dick and Dom. Did we just do one? I feel like we ended up doing two. Nevertheless, they were wonderful, wonderful people. Nail said, it's Matt Cardona, and there's no arguing. The evidence is right there. He is the Fanta of wrestling. He's the Fanta of the opera. Leo said, Chris Statlander is very orange. Ruby, too. Yeah, but it's only, and this is why they look so orange, and it's kind of unfair. It's for the lights of the show. As Billy Gunn explained on an episode of AEW. Though those lights are very bright, they will wash you out. If you're a little pale, they will make you look very pale. So you've got to crank it up to combat those lights. That's what they've conditioned their skin towards. And when you step away from those lights, then it's not what you want, right? So that's why they look more orange. It's not because they like being orange all the time, going to the farmer's market, getting some Escarole or something. Pogirl said, sometimes I can't contain their monster. What? Leo said, oh God. How did we start talking about World War II? Lil King Thought said, what are some of your influences to your interview and comedy style? Well, I love the serious interviewer, the Dick Cavett, the Tom Snyder. I think Bob Costas had a really fun show for a while. I enjoy those questions where they try to get to the heart. I mean, inside the actor's studio, obviously. Comedically, so many people. Jerry Lewis, all of SCTV and everything that everyone has done since. Who else? My interviews. You know who had like a bunch of interviews? Was like Monty Python would have like probably 100 interview sketches that were all just, the premise is always this interview goes wrong, and then just in a different way. Peter Serafinowicz, as I had just mentioned a couple days ago. Alan Partridge, of course. Early Saturday Night Live also did a lot of interview, like fake talk show things. Letterman, naturally. I'm just naming like very broad comedic legends that influenced the world. But I do enjoy the serious comedians, like not the serious comedians, the serious interviewers who are sometimes not well informed is my favorite, like a Skippy Lowe, who I've posted about before. I think he might be my favorite. Happy Human said, are you going to be in Fight Forever? I can assure you that as of this writing, this airing, this broadcast, I will not be in Fight Forever. It's okay. I don't think I should be. I wouldn't worry about it. Austin said, what about Give Me a Break? That would be fun. And I'll add that to the list. Mia said, I told my friend that Chelsea Green owes you $10. She said she owes you by now. I was like, how so? She never responded back. Somebody owes me? I don't know. Maybe it's maybe people like being indebted. Maybe that's how they get their kicks. Luke said, Orange Cassidy might be a contender based on a reason I can't quite put my finger. Oh, for most Orange wrestler. Matt Sandy said, the intro to Barney Miller would be a good one too. Great theme song and classic 70s freeze frames. We'll get there. Rain said, the Zabisco comment is an absolute compliment. Just need to call wrestling a human game of chess because now robots are playing chess and it's really anyone's game. Nicholas said, so glad to be here for an RJ Sunday. SM said, tell us more about the upcoming Greektown show. I believe they're in London on Friday, and then Saturday they're in Toronto at the Ted Reeve Arena, which I had previously wrestled at for Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore. And they set the indoor heat record because the air conditioner broke, and it was disgusting. Joe said, I lost a $10 bet once because I was sure Barry Manilow was Rod Stewart. They go to the same barber. Solid said, best wrestling theme ever. I really, for me right now, it's a toss-up between Ricky Starks and FTR. Those are my favorites. The retro sounds, the horns. You don't hear horns anymore. Miss Andy said Barry Manilow puts on a great show, and he didn't even write the song. He's just a showman. Nail said, Poe Girl did not know that Barry Manilow was still on tour. She likes Sweetwater Jones. We're going through the Manilow discography. Nail said, I watched a video of a guy visiting the stage Elvis performed at in Vegas, and Manilow was there at the time, just hanging out. The guy was walking amongst all his stage gear and costumes and didn't care. That's so Manilow. Human Adventure said, Barry Manilow looks like your grandmother is like saying Larry Bird looks like an elderly Ukrainian woman, which both are very true. Solid Snake said, Claudio is huge into coffee. Well, maybe that's something I should ask him about. Nail said, oh my God, Rhino used to be in the chat often. Mass Security said, I ran into Mikey Whipwreck at Wawa in New Jersey last week. What was he buying? Major FOMO said, I once tried to sing Copacabana at a drag queen karaoke in Provincetown, but I was too drunk and didn't realize how damn fast that song was to sing. That's very hard. Everyone hangs their hat on Copacabana. No, I can't fucking sing that part. The hottest spot north of Havana, right? But then her name was Lola. There are ribbons in her hair, and I just got down to there. You got to really do a vocal warm up and get everything popping and clicking. Luke said, you're always very mean to me, RJ. I thought my name being green gave me immunity. You've retweeted me quite often, so I've retweeted you. I got a double regal before and after, but no biggie. I'm a humble fan. You got a double retweet, and you're saying I'm mean to you? What do you want from me? Rachel said, Sami Zayn is a coffee guy, but wrong company. Yeah, I can't talk about him. Megan said, Larry Bird does look like a babushka. Gretchen GW has joined Citizens United. Thank you for joining and welcoming. Nails will show you around. If you need any help, feel free to ask questions and use the emojis that have been so generously gifted to you. Thank you. Vivian said, that's why I always like Sheamus's entrance playing up how pale he is. He's pale, but he just glows in the floodlight. It's the floodlights. I demand better lighting for wrestling shows. Luke said, last time I was right about David Arquette's namesake wrestler, and you were disgusted with me until you realized I was right. Then I finished the episode before an apology, which I'm sure was coincidental. I apologized off air. I tried to do that privately, and the postcard is coming. Nail said, Matt Cardona is always ready to be more orange than anyone. Rob said, I swear, I tore stomach muscles from laughing at Dick and Dom playing that game. I will look it up. And also, Harry Batts investigation. We're getting very niche here today. Red Dog said, good morning, RJ Cityhausen. Whatever. Everyone's welcoming Gretchen. That's so nice. You see the shit that Mark Ruffalo said? Marvel Universe isn't like Star Wars. It's totally different. And it's like, have you seen Star Wars? Have you seen anything you've done? Like, what? Why speak is my question. Lil King Thought said SCTV is great. Masked Sanity said Later with Bob Costas is one of the best interview shows ever. His two-parter with Mel Brooks was great. I don't think I've seen it. I need to watch it. His Jerry Lewis one is very good. Greg Over said Team Taz is a horrible name. Well, it's my understanding that they're defunct now, so I wouldn't worry about that. Hey W is very punny. I don't think it's that punny. I mean, the title, sure. But beyond that, Faded Plague said Matt Cardona could be the new Yambag Jones when Taz gives up the moniker on account of being the color of a whole yam while also liking to low blow his opponents. It's possible. Leo has another request. Leo's just swinging for the fences. Rodney Dangerfield's edgy Twitch stream playing Skyrim. Oh, here we go. This is going to be good, guys. Oh, boy. I tell you. This Twitch stream, it's rough. Oh, it's rough, I tell you. Maybe, here's what we could do. Let's do a bit goal. Oh, thank you for the bits. Nobody got me any bits. I don't even have bits. I don't even have crumbs. Oh, boy. Skyrim. Oh, boy. That's when you go up in a plane and you got a good friend who does the business for you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I tell you, it feels so good to feel so good that high up in the air. You understand what I'm saying? I was like doing that, jumping out of the plane. They strap you in together, but their head is the opposite direction. You know what I'm saying? Oh, boy, it's rough. What are these buttons? What am I supposed to do here? Let's do a bit gold. Thank you. Oh, thank you for subbing. Jump scare. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Thank you for paying for me to do that. I'm going to be here for the next 16 hours. Oh boy, it's rough, but I need the dough. I could really use. Oh, thank you for the raid, Alan King. And scenes. Just a bunch of old comedians on Twitch. Amanda said, please. Amanda has a request. She wants All That Jazz. I'm pretty sure I've done this before. Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town? And all that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down. And all that jazz, start the car, I know a whoopee spot. Should be the name of my new moves, the whoopee spot. Where the gin is cold, but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's nightly brawl and all that jazz. Dun, dun, dun. I'm not going to do the middle part with this. Skidoo, haksha, whoopee, we got it. Slick your hair and wear your buckle shoes. Dun, dun, and all that jazz. I heard a father dip is going to blow the blues. Dun, dun, and all that jazz. Hold on, hun, we're going to buddy hug. I bought some aspirin down at United Drug. In case you shake apart, I'm on a brand new start to do all that jazz. Dun, dun. Find a it got me. Flavin, find a flask. Such a hard thing to say. We're playing fast and loose. Dun, dun. Know that, yeah? And you can participate at home. Right up here is where I store the juice. Know that, jazz? Come on, babe. We're going to brush the sky. Betcha lucky Lindy never flew so high. Talking about the Lindenberg? Because the stratosphere, how could he lend an ear to all that jazz? Jesus, it's so long. I'm gonna see your Sheba shimmy shake. Know that jazz? She's gonna shimmy till her little garters break. Know that jazz? Show her where to park. Show her where to park her girdle. Oh, her mother's blood'll curdle if she'd hear her baby's queer for all that jazz. And then they're painting the town. Start the car, I know a whoopee spot. I'm no one's wife, but oh, I love my life and all that jazz. My small tribute to BB Newirth. I hope that worked for you, Amanda. I'm now sweating. Nail said, should I purchase next week's Greektown Wrestling pay-per-view? Well, Eddie Kingston's on it. Serpentico is on it. I believe Ortiz is on it. Jock Sampson will unfortunately be there. I believe Nug is commentating. So, and who knows what else can happen. So if that doesn't sell you, I don't know what will. Positively, he said Archie needs to wrestle before he gets in the game. Not necessarily. Tony Schiavone's not chain wrestling. I'm sure he'll be in the game. Mia said, have you ever smoked a cigarette in a match before like Mox did last night? I have not. I will not. I'm good. Rachel said, yes, Nails. I want to know the answer to that as well. Nicholas said, are you going to be at the Greektown Wrestling event? I do not believe I am explicitly scheduled to be there. Megan said, how did you feel about the symphony version of Stark's song? I loved it so much that I messaged Mikey Ruckus immediately after listening to it to tell him it was my favorite thing he's ever done. I made say Keith Lee too. Keith Lee's does not have enough horns. Matt Sandy said, I attended ECW's Heatwave 95. It lived up to its name. It was over 100 degrees in the ECW arena. Oh, people have been tweeting about the show. All That Jazz. Funkus Puck is me writing All That Jazz. I would pay for an audiobook of RJ dramatically reading pop songs of the 1970s. I should just put them all on tape. Good morning. What's the best sandwich? I've answered that. Rayag said, do you even piss? Rayag is piss spamming. I thought it was a bunch of people talking, but it's mainly just this one guy saying piss a bunch of times. So, and what have you. Red Dog said, I go with Punk's theme, Sting's WCW, Eric Draven, the Crow theme, and Yokozuna's theme music. I love Yokozuna's theme music. What other old ones? It's so hard to beat Mr. Perfect. It's also the theme from Exodus. And it's so funny to know that song as a kid because of Mr. Perfect. And just be like a kid in the schoolyard humming the theme from Exodus. This land is mine, God gave this land to me, this brave and guarded land to me, for I am just a man. So take my hand and walk this land with me, this brave and guarded land for me. Oh, I am just a man. Dun, 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 dun. And the help of God, I know I can be strong. That was a free song for everyone because it's hard to not sing the theme from Exodus. Had nothing to do with Mr. Perfect. Imagine if you did that now. Would not work. People would be asking so many questions. Greg said Taz ZZZ for when he's falling asleep on commentary. He's very alert, I must say. He's just a wonderful commentator. Austin just thought of another show, Laverne and Shirley. Well, I'm going to have to look and see if they have the right amount of cuts and changes. I'd like to take a small peek. I mean, it's a great theme, of course. Rob said Seamus is actually transparent. You can see the person behind him. Mia said, Nails, he's a babyface. He should like us all. It's not about me liking people. It's about me being when you're a babyface, people like you. Doesn't mean you have to do anything different. Luke said, it's between the Brood, Gangrel's song, definitely one of the top 10 for me. And Uncle Cracker's X Factor theme. That was so weird. It gets so emotional in the beginning. I talked to Sean Waldman about that. Excuse me. I got everything I ever wanted, and I'll never get that back. And you're like, why am I so emotional? Matt Sandy said, has Ted Danson ever appeared in Orange Face? I'll have to ask David. Leo said, I told someone Stanley Tucci sucks, and they won't talk to me anymore. Good, you don't need them in your life. They can go Tucci it up somewhere else. You don't need these people. This is dead weight. It's a good way to weed people out. First thing to say on a date. Stanley Tucci, Mark Ruffalo. Fuck them. So the best filtration system. Rob said, you're getting very niche here, said by the guy whose entire shtick is throwing out obscure, decades-old references. But at least, Rob, they're North American. Your references aren't even pursuant to the continent you're in. Oh, God, we have more requests? All right, let me go. Oh, God, I'm so far behind. Let me get the mug. See how this works? There we go. Seamus is Irish. Keep RJ's mean emails whenever I buy his merch. Manilow Tunes. Bill Collier wins 87% of his matches with an illegal move, the punch. His fist is open. I've seen it. Luke said he's being sassy today. I think Taz rubbed off on him. He's taking it out on us. He did give me some gruff. Michael Wolf said, all my love for bringing up Elaine Stritch far more than any other wrestler I think we've broken some ground. There has to be. I have to hold like a decent record for like mentioning Elaine Stritch. I have to be the first one in wrestling history. Who else was talking about Elaine Stritch? Please let me know. Prove me wrong. Claire said, I am a rotund 40-year-old woman. Nobody wants to see that. I say, pooey, Claire. Many people want to see it. Enjoy yourself. And you want to see it. It's you. Enjoy looking at yourself, and others will too. And if you don't want to look at yourself, then don't look at yourself. Don't listen to me. I think it's the point. Marjorie said, I'm way Irish too. I go out in the sun, turn red, then go back to white, then red, then white. It's a real Canadian affair. Nell said, we wanted all that Taz. Well, you got that on the other show. Mia said, so my boss told me I was getting promoted, but not to tell anyone. And you just fucking wrote it in the chat here. It's been 2 weeks. It's safe to say I'm not being promoted. I just want more money. I deserve it. Dang it. That was a test. And your boss is watching the stream, and you've blown it. Amanda said, this is glorious. I knew when you hit that perfectly on Hey W, I needed the rest of the song. Happy Human Adventures has a request. Mixed Trios team. Marshall Lartz plays mandolin. Amanda Lynn, Kung Fu Master. And El Gabagool, Polish Power, confuse, but then delight the promoter and says, this is legit best mixed tag team ever. What do you want me to do with that? I read it. I don't think it was actually a request. I think it's just something you wanted to say, and I'm happy to say it. Let's read it again. Mixed trios team, Martial Larts plays mandolin, Amanda Lynn, Kung Fu Master, and El Gabagool, Polish bowler. Confused, but then to delight the promoter and said, this is legit, the best mixed tag team ever. Okay, good. I agree with it. There should be more Polish bowlers in wrestling. If I have said it once, I've said it 100 times. If there's two things this world loves, it's bowling and Polish people. You put them together, you have a magic recipe for success. Luke said, oh, Carrie is participating at home. Thank you. Luke said drumstick lolly tan, which is red and white, and then back to translucent. Scott said, speaking of Monty Python, Hey W would be the perfect show for the general character to walk out on set and shout, stop this. It's entirely too silly. It was a wonderful character. It was great. I did enjoy it. Claire said, after a week of sun in Ireland, I'm an unfortunate pink color, despite bottles of factor 50. You got to go up. Isn't it like you got to get at least 60 now? You know what's been happening? Every time I go out, if I go for a coffee or go any outside, I want to put sunscreen on. And I will put it on my face to preserve my skin. And then I will sweat. And I will get it in my eye. And it looks like I'm just walking around crying all the time. And it's terrible. Amanda is waving. Pogo said, careful, Leo. You don't want to start imagining stuff like that. Yolanda is finally up. Holy shit. Very late. Did you have a rough night? SM said, where can we stream the Greektown show? I don't know. Greektown has a YouTube. They have a Facebook. They have the Twitter, Instagram. But I think it would at least be on YouTube, if not YouTube and also Facebook. But I think YouTube's easier to stream on, so I would say there. Rob said, if Mikey Ruckus was to make you a new entrance theme, what existing song/theme would it be based on? Well, the first step would be to see if I could get Tony to approve the purchase of an existing song. But then beyond that, I feel bad. If I would feel bad if Mikey Ruckus had to deal with me and my musical tastes, because I would send him a bunch of different stuff. I love the overture of Jesus Christ Superstar. I do. And I will say, it's very interesting. Superstar Billy Graham did use it as his theme. Dun, 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 dun. But there's so many other parts of it that I love. I love a punching horn. I enjoy that. Something really... Sometimes it's really good songs, and this is only really pursuant to indie shows, but they come out of such horrible speakers that you can't hear the good parts. You need the right song to be blared in a Legion Hall. You understand what I'm saying? So what song I don't think there's a specific song it would be based on. I always love that insanely long intro version of Sweet Jane. I think Lou Reed did it live, and it's like a 7-minute intro, and then it kicks in. And I was always like, if I wrestled like a big retirement match, I would say, you know what? This is what I want. I'm going to fucking make everyone wait. You can sit there and you can enjoy this guitar solo until I'm ready. I'm not going to get changed until the song starts. Rachel said, it's always hot in the ECW arena. It was miserable in there. I was in the ECW arena. I'm trying to think what month it was. I think it must have been a January or something. It was either a December or January. It was actually quite nice. Leo said, how do you feel Judge Judy would react if you accidentally walked in on her doing a poo? She would tell her court officer. She would look over at him because he's next to her, helping her with a flush or whatever. Nell said, SM, this week's apparently on Fight. What? I can't find next week's on there. What are we talking about? Rachel said, Punk's theme was so much better in Ring of Honor. The fans that couldn't figure out the clap pattern to the AFI song. Don't ask too much of wrestling fans. They were just clapping all over it. It was just an applause then. Joe said, guilty pleasure is Shawn Michaels' Them. What? Shawn Michaels actually once came out to Rhapsody in Blue, which sounds so fucking me. I went, why didn't I think of that? Luke said, Monty Corvan's WWECW theme is probably the most underrated song of all time. Not even a theme. Happy Human Adventure said, I played the Mr. Perfect theme on a piano a long time ago, and someone said, oh, you know Exodus? And I said, no, it's Mr. Perfect's theme. And they had no idea. Poor in the bubble wrestling fans. Gretchen said, if you had to use a show tune as your entrance music, what would it be? You'll be swell. Da, da, da. There's no business like show. Well, does Jesus Christ Superstar count? I feel like I answered. Did I answer this and then did you write the question I didn't see and then I answered it? So I would probably say Jesus Christ Superstar. Little shop of horrors. I'm just running through. Oh, my mother was frightened by a shotgun, they say. That's why I'm such a wonderful shot. Maybe I come out to that. Something from Man and Get Your Gun. Carrie said, "Has Mikey Ruckus considered adding your vocals to a theme? He should." Yeah, I don't think he has. Who is paler, Seamus or Jack White? I think Jack White is because he wears so much black. He wears a hat. And I think it makes all the difference. Neil said the worst theme for fans to sing along to is Moose. I love those songs that just say the name of the person. This is great. Where are we? Oh, there's another request here. Hold on. I'm so far behind. I'm so behind that I'm not even going to use the. Okay, here we go. Miss Annie says Sean Waltman is the only member of DX to not be Intercontinental Champion, and that includes Rick Rude and China. What? He was never. That's shitty. That sucks. Blue Meanie is here. Good morning to you, Blue. You and Blue, and me and you. Good morning. SM said, you said you had softened on Tucci recently. I did? I've hardened. Luke said, I discussed that last time. The X Factor theme goes up for like a power ballad for your standard rap. I wish the whole song stuck to the intro vibe. Then it wouldn't be used for wrestling. It would make everyone so emotional. Everyone saying good morning to Meanie. Rachel said, I was happy when Ruby Soho got the Rancid song when she came out with the name. Well, yeah, it was pretty obvious. Rob said, my references are pursuant to the Commonwealth. Paul said, I had to subscribe to Talk Here. Worth it to thank you for making my day a bit better. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. That's all I need. And then you're going to unsubscribe? SM said, what's the most anyone should pay for a ticket to an indie show? Well, that's up to you. But, you know, in my head, and then you realize it's like inflation and then everything's expensive. I mean, you're thinking of what you're getting and names, and you also want the rest of, and if people will pay it, however much people will actually pay. Would you spend $100? What would you spend to go to a TV wrestling show? You don't know. But I would say at least the bottom should be like $20 probably. But then it's easy to spend $50. So it's not a hard, there's many kinds of indie shows. You understand what I'm saying? And then there's many kinds of experiences where you're like, this is, or people where you're like, this is worth $100. I'm never going to see this person again. I would say no more than 100, but that's only in really extreme circumstances. Austin said, 170 show that I really love is Emergency. And that was a marathon. There was a marathon yesterday in honor of the 50th anniversary. That's not good for anyone's heart to watch a marathon of Emergency. Nell said, the most we paid is $50. The bigger venue, Create a Pro, have started using. Well, if it's nice and you feel like you're seeing people you want to see that you wouldn't be seeing otherwise, perhaps it's worth it. Nicholas said, most indie shows cost a good chunk of money to attend nowadays, I find. Well, they're certainly, first of all, expensive to run. And then also, you know, it's an indie show. You're not drawing hundreds of thousands of people. So they would have to charge more to make up the cost, I would assume. You know, if it was 100,000 people, then everyone would pay $5. But there's not. So you have to make it up somehow. Megan said, just notice your mustache shadow. Me and my mustache is a little more pronounced than normal. Are you going full Raul Julia? Just a little, just a quarter. Miss Annie said, my votes for the general. What are we talking about? Include Danhausen, Eddie Kingston, and CM Punk. What are we talking about? Michael said, $10 in the jukebox for Ladies Who Lunch. Oh, my God. What would be the headlining match of a Sondheim booked wrestling show? I think it would be the Company Battle Royal. You would have all the cast of Company, and they would fight it out, and that would be an allegory. And every time a person gets eliminated, they get to sing their song. I just did Ladies Who Lunch last week. It's up on my YouTube. Can I pick another Sondheim song? Let me see what else is out there. Sondheim songs. I'm looking it up now. We're gonna get through this. Yeah, anyone can whistle. Could I leave you? Mm, mm. I mean, the good lyrics, but as a song for me to sing, it's not the best. Mm, eh. I can't believe we're doing Lady of Lunch again. Okay. Fucking shit. I'll do it quick. I'll do it quick just for keep it brief. I'd like to propose a toast. Here's to the ladies who lunch. Everybody laugh. Lounging in their caftans and planning a brunch on their own behalf. Oh, I went too fast. Off to the gym, then to a fitting, claiming they're fat and looking grim because they've been sitting, choosing a hat. Does anyone still wear a hat? I'll drink to that. Here's to the girls who stay smart. Aren't they a gas? Rushing to their classes in optical art, wishing it would pass. Another long, exhausting day. Another $1,000, a matinee, a Pinter play, perhaps a piece of Mahler's. I'll drink to that. And one from Mahler. Here's to the girls in the prime. Aren't they too much? Keeping house but clutching a copy of Time just to keep in touch. The ones who follow the rules and meet themselves at the schools. Too busy to know that they're fools. Aren't they a gem? I'll drink to them. Let's all drink to them. Here's to the girls who just watch. Aren't they the best? When they get depressed, it's a bottle of scotch, plus a little jest. Another chance to disapprove, another brilliant zinger, another reason not to move, another vodka stinger. I'll drink to that. Here's to the girls on the go. Everybody tries. Look in their eyes and you'll see what they know. Everybody dies. A toast to that invincible brunch. The dinosaurs surviving the crunch. Let's hear it for the ladies who lunch. Everybody rise. Rise. People are leaving the spaces as I'm singing this. I want you to know that. So rise. That's the last rise I'm going to do. Did it last week. Keep up with the product. Miss Andy said, have you seen the new version of Password? No. I'm good with that. There's so many episodes of the old version still out there. Busiva said, heavy metal version of the Golden Girl theme. Absolutely not. Miss Sandy said, Steve Austin and Stevie Richards also used Jesus Christ Superstar. What a lineage. Nell said, I swear I have no clue about 70% of the people mentioned today. I guess we're talking about Eli Wallach. Dea said, I got to see Jesus Christ Superstar live on Broadway. The angle I was sitting at made it so I could see every bit of saliva leaving the singer's mouth. Singing is gross, huh? Kyle said, everyone's a little bit racist. Avenue G, and here comes RJ. Rob said, I'm guessing you won't be divulging the specific song you'd ask Tony to purchase for you. Not at this moment, no. Marjorie said, do you know if the queer wrestling show they had ever paid the talent? Was Sunny Kiss ever paid? You know, SM said, I don't get that, and I don't know what that's about, so I don't get it either. Marjorie, I do not know. I was not on the show. I do not know the people involved. So no, I had nothing to do with it. And I don't keep up with the news. The last, I think I read Life and Us Weekly because celebrities are just like us. Leo said, indie wrestlers always pick the crappiest songs to their entrances. Leo hates indie wrestling, and that's precisely why he's here. American Girl said, Damned for Old Time was stuck in my head the other day from Jesus Christ Superstar. I heard I heard Bobby Darin saying, I don't know how to love her. And it's like, what? She's a woman? Real switch. Leo said, who remembers Heidenreich's theme? Heidenreich. Luke said, very niche, probably even for you, but the Hollywood Handbook podcast, Tom Sharpling added the words, let's rock, during the breaks of the Kirby Enthusiasm theme, and I think that would suit you. That's fantastic. I would love to hear that. Luke said, positively, E, you're going down, down, down with those opinions. Jamie said, frankly, with more songs like Regal's He's a Man, I believe it's straight to the point and a good tutorial for the fans. Also, morning. Thank you. Good morning to you. It's good to be clear. Vagueness never helped anyone. Cold-Hearted Snake by Paula Abdul, said Brandon. It's a pretty banging theme. I just got to find someone that will use it. Well, let me listen to it. Everyone loves the old Regal song. The Happy Human Adventure said, do you enjoy theme park amusement parks? Yes. I was looking yesterday and I was like, oh my God, it's been the whole summer and I have not gone. I really need to go. American Girl said, hello and great vibes, by the way. I was stuck in the dream when I was an episode of Soap. That's a dream you want to try to go back to and perhaps live in. Rachel said, I don't remember what I paid for the show that had Effie, Danhausen, and Chris Statlander, but it was totally worth it. And I got to meet Danhausen and Effie. Wow, lucky you. I haven't even met Effie yet. Nell said, if the indie ticket was super expensive, you're probably less inclined to buy merch. Well, that too. And that's why it's good to ask for your money up front. Sean said, Beyond runs a show for a pretty consistent $30 a pop. That's fair. And I'm so stupid in my head. It's like, well, like a movie ticket is $10. What fucking movie is $10? They're at least, I mean, if it's under 15, you're lucky. And then if you want to go, if you want to see a new movie and it's an IMAX or whatever, you're spending at least $20. Vivian said, Regality was my ringtone. I was walking to a meeting and getting a call, meaning I was entering to Regality. My boss tried to hide his laughter when I sneered while making contact with him. Vivian, do you still have this job or did you get fired? Rachel said, I'd pay anything on earth for a show where I got to meet Sami Zayn, but he'd probably leave if he saw me. Why doesn't he do any meets and why doesn't he do any Greeks? Luke said, in the UK, we have to pay the wrestlers bail money rather than buy tickets for a show. Jesus Christ. Michael Wolf said, I didn't know you did Ladies Who Lunch. Any Sondheim is good. Well, you got it, Michael. You can enjoy it now. Daya said the most I paid was $100 for a show, Pride and Vibe weekend, 2 shows, so $50. But that's 2 shows. And second row. That works. Aaron said, Ladies Who Lunch speed run. I did the best I could. Claire said, my local promotion generally is 25 to 60 pounds. Anyone's guess how much money that is. Obviously, the bigger shows are more expensive, like the upcoming 8th anniversary with Cardona and Gangrel. I would pay money to see Gangrel. He is worth it. Matt, if Chelsea's there, you know what to do. Rachel said, Abaddon meet and greet with photo and signed photo was 60, but they were very sweet. Abaddon seems incredibly, incredibly sweet. Nell said, I wouldn't pay 80. It all depends. If you would pay it, and if they're making money, obviously it's a reasonable price to charge. If you don't want to pay it, it's obviously not worth it for you. You know? Sean has a request. This is really count. Oh, God. He wants Bad Man by John Cena. Dramatic reading. Oh, my God. You did it. You done did it now. Chaos should have put this one in the vault, man. They're not ready. They don't know what's coming, man. We're going to drop this on them right here. Y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all ain't ready for none of this. Your boy is a bad man, and we invade in the streets, make them all clapper-rapper skirt. They be dropping the heat, shocked. The world now, I'm standing alone. I flip fools like them clamshell cellular phones. You can't help but nod. You head to the track. Fuck the watered-down rap. We be taking it back. Give it to you straight, ain't no chasing it. Check yourself in the mirror, ain't no facing it. Because you playing the role and you're planning to fold this, the master plan. We got the planet on hold. We all over the streets like your favorite sneaker, breaking up your sound like a drive-through speaker. Everything that I be spitting is strong. After I rock, fast forward through the rest of the song. We the monkey wrench that's going to ruin your plan. And don't fuck with John Cena. He's a bad man. With the mic in my hands, I'm a bad man. Even in a fight with my hands, I'm a bad man. Living in the streets all my life. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. That's bad man. The rest of the lyrics are too long. You got the gist. That was more than enough of that, certainly. Luke said, fantastic request, John. Grado's entrance with Madonna's like a little prayer was great. I agree. I've seen it live. It's very nice. Ryan said, do you like the comedy of Mitch Hedberg? I would love to find a person who does not. I think it's pretty universal. It's almost objectively good, which is very hard to do. Happy Human Adventure said, peace out, beautiful people, in the real city, beautiful RJ City, not Orlando. Yeah, shithole. Josh said the Taz episode was divine. Do you think he will incorporate the jazz hands in the future? Like Taz hands, baby. We'll try. I'm sure if you tweet him, he'll actually answer you. Vivian said, I do still have this job. My boss put himself through the table in the warehouse. It's that sort of environment. Do you work for an indie promotion? Austin said, I went to see the movie Nope with my friends the other night, and the ticket, popcorn, and beverage was like $30. And I would say that's a steal. This shit is expensive. Midnight Cowboy said, when's Paul Roma going to be on Hey EW? Hashtag sign Paul Roma. I think it's a fair hashtag. Luke said, nice way of getting around his inability to do WWE themes now. I've done them before. I think about his Kofi Kingston rendition every day and get a bit sad. They had it, and they couldn't hold on to it. Sean said, you definitely don't have to do the whole song. That was perfect. Jesus, it was so rap. There's so many words, and they come so fast. Claire said, Euros, RJ. Ireland has Euros. Pretty much. Oh, fuck. Yes, I'm stupid, and I'm sorry. Worth the same as a US dollar, and Gangrel is worth it. I teamed with Gangrel once. Can you believe that? I teamed with him. And he spit out the blood, and it was a low ceiling, and he got blood on the ceiling. He felt bad about it. Well, that is the program. Enjoy yourselves. Please, if you haven't, or if you did already and you want to watch it again, go watch the latest Hey W with Taz. There's links everywhere I could possibly provide them for you. Let's get a final look at these underwear. I will see you sometime, someday, some way, somehow. Until the meantime, Godspeed.